A very warm afternoon to all my lovey-dovey kids. I hope you all must have enjoyed your summer vacation. Well, I, Sakshi Singh, welcome you all in this English grammar session of perfect tenses. Well, my dear students, as you all know that perfect tenses means an action has already been completed. Okay? Well, you all know that there are three types of perfect tenses: present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. You all are very well aware with the all simple tenses and continuous tenses. Well, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, or future perfect tense. All these three tenses, you know, it seems that it's easy, but all the three tenses are in them, yeah, you can say complicated. So I would request you that you would use your headphone for a better sound quality, okay? Because whatever the content I will be sharing you all, and whatever the guidelines related to tenses I'm telling you, you must know that. Just few gist I just give you regarding all the tenses. Like you can say present perfect tense. Now, if you talk about simple past tense and present perfect tense, both the tense, it tells that action has been completed. Then what is the difference between simple past and present perfect? The very minute difference between simple past and present perfect tense is that in simple past, whatever the action has happened, it has no link in the present. Okay, the action has been completed in the past. Well, if you talk about present perfect tense, whatever the action has been done, maybe it in the past, okay, or just it happened, but it has some link to the present. You know all that we have one game also related to this simple past and present perfect tense. So just wait and watch. What is past perfect tense? See, past perfect tenses means when any action took place before another action. Okay, means there would be two actions. So one action took place earlier and the second action took place later. So whatever the action took place earlier, it will be in past perfect tense and the later action will be in simple past. Well, future perfect tense is used to refer to the completion of an action. Okay, it is used to refer to the completion of an action by a certain time period. Okay, just remember this, by a certain time period, that too in the future. Fine. And this tense, if you talk about future perfect tense, it is normally used with expressions like by that time, by then, by next week, like this. Okay, like I will have completed my assignment or my work by next week, means it is telling about future perfect tense. Now, if you talk about, these are all the three tenses you all know. Now, in this session, I would be starting with the present perfect tense. See, here I am going to share one video also, okay, for the explanation of this perfect tense, present perfect tense. And in the meantime, I am also going to send you one PDF, okay, for a quick recap. Or also you can make a note of that if you wish. You can jot down the important points in your fair copy. Now, in that you will find two exercises. Fine. Simple past or past perfect tense. Sorry, simple past or present perfect tense. And there is another exercise, that is since or for. So let's start with that. Okay, so my dear students, this is present perfect tense. Okay, we are going to start with that. Now, what are the learning objectives, okay, of perfect tenses? See, before I start with the learning objectives, to ask you one thing, that whatever chapter we do, whether it is grammar or you can say whether it is literature, don't you think that there has to be some purpose of that? Why do we study that? Suppose I take example of literature. Okay, as if now you people have completed two chapters. Fine. First is that is Cratchit. Second, if we talk about that is Tiger in the Tunnel. Now, what is the objective behind those two chapters? How those two chapters are going to help us out? Or if you talk about grammar, like articles, tenses, and perfect tenses, we are going to study which purpose of our life is going to be served by these grammar chapters and literature chapters. Well, if you talk about grammar, definitely all these grammar portion, okay, are going to help us and enhance our speaking skills, thinking skills, and definitely writing skills as well. And if you talk about literature, but obvious for literature, it will definitely improve our reading skills. Plus, it will enhance in our vocabulary also. So everything which we study, it has some purpose, whether it is science, maths, whatever. Every day in our life, we have the use of English, we have maths, we have science, SST, we have everything. That is what IDP, which you people are doing that interdisciplinary project, where you will have to link every subject with each other. So, our very first objective is to learn how to form the perfect stem, which will allow you to conjugate perfect tenses. Now, we should know that where and when we have to use tenses. Fine. To gain an understanding of uses of the perfect tense. It's not only that we know everything. Okay, I accept that I know this also, I know that also, but where to use, that's the most important thing. To recognize the verb endings used for the perfect tense. You all know that which part of the perfect tense, okay, which part of the verb are we going to use in perfect tense, okay? To learn the formation of perfect tense verbs by combining the perfect stem with the perfect ending. Okay, so let's start. That is a present perfect tense. Well, you all know that what is tense? It's about time. Verbs change depending on the time of action and state. So we have to look at a verb to understand its tense. You know, sometimes it becomes very difficult that which tense that it's the sentence. If there's like you can say there are many statements, many sentences of different tenses. So how are you going to recognize the tense? In what way? As simple. Just look to the verb. Only through the verb you are going to understand that which sentence is of which tense. Well, oh my God, just see the celebration is going on. So the celebration, it is a girl, okay, whose name is Geeta, and it's her birthday today. Wow. And her mom has baked a chocolate cake. Wow. And she's must be very happy. And you all also have, must bake chocolate cakes. And during this, you are doing also in the during this. Well, her friend asked, when did your mother bake a chocolate cake? So to the question, she replied, my mother baked a chocolate cake in the morning. Well, then, did you order a cake for Geeta's birthday party? No, my mother has baked a chocolate cake. Okay, so see, all these conversations are going on. Okay, now then again, see, if you talk about this sentence, my mother has baked a chocolate cake. So the base verb is what? That is bake. That is the verb first form. Okay, and it's a base form as well. So bake here, if we talk about in present perfect tense, we use past participle. That is verb form, and it is the third form of the verb is bake. So it is baked. So if you talk about the formula of the present perfect tense, we use has and have, okay, plus verb third form. Like see, My mother has baked a chocolate cake and absolutely sure that it is finished action. The action has been done. The exact time of the action is still unknown. But the, I do agree that it is starting. I told that the action has started in the past and the action is completed, but it has its effect in the present. And what's the present here? So present is Gita's birthday party. Okay, so whatever the action takes place, okay, in present perfect tense, it has some connection in present. Then we say it has or have and be. Now, I have jumped from the diving board. Again, see, base verb is jump and change it into past participle, that is jumped. And here I is, you can say with I we use have. So has and have, has is your singular, okay, with singular pronouns we use, and have we use with plural pronouns. Now, if it all these few sentences are there that you know, okay, and even though you can say if you talk about the present perfect tense, we also use present perfect tense to tell our experience. Okay. Now, if you talk about tell our experience, in what way are we going to tell our experience? See, it is like saying, I have the experience of doing this. I have the experience of swimming. I have the experience of cooking. For example, you can say, I have been to France. Okay, just rewind and just I have been to France. Like this sentence means that you have had the experience of being in France. Okay, so present perfect tense also shows experience. Now, second sentence, I have been to France 3 times. Oh my god, 3 times means you can even add the number of times at the end of the sentence. Okay, now I think I have seen that movie before. Again, I have used one adverb here. I think I have seen that movie before. Means again, I'm just telling you my experience. Okay. Now, how you're going to recognize, suppose if it is fill in the blanks and you need to fill simple past, present perfect, and past perfect. So, how you are going to recognize or how you are going to figure it out at which tense are we going to use? There are few keywords already, yet, or you can say see here. These words just, ever, already, never, since, for, and yet. All these words, if it is already there in a sentence, it means that that sentence belongs to present perfect tense. Now, where are we going to use already? We often use present perfect tense with already. Okay, already comes just after has and has. For example, you can say, I have already had some coffee. I'm afraid she has already gone home. And then yet, we use present perfect with yet up to now in questions and in and negative. Yet usually comes at the end of the sentence. How? See, have you paid the electricity bills yet? I have not done my work yet. First sentence is interrogative. Second sentence is that negative. So where you will have to use, how you will have to use, you should know that what is the uses of already and yet. Just, it means it's just a short time ago, and just comes after has or have. For example, I have just heard from the tax office. The snow has just stopped. Okay. Now, comparison between simple past and present perfect tense. Just now, when I was explaining about all the three tenses, I told you that in both these tenses, the action has already been completed. But in simple past, there is no connection in present of the past action. But if we talk about present perfect tense, we do have connection in the present. For example, my mother baked a chocolate cake yesterday. Means the cake has already been baked, done, completed. Okay. Here, my mother has baked chocolate cake. Here, the time is not mentioned. Okay, it's unknown, and it has effect. It has some effect in the present. Okay. My mother baked a chocolate cake, but obvious it must be yesterday or 2 days before. The time of the action here is important and it's very specific. But here the time of the action is immaterial and it is not mentioned. This is a basic difference between simple past and present perfect tense. I would request you that for a game, you would have one glass of water with you. Okay, please keep that with you, with yourself. Now see, if we like write a sentence like this, my mother has baked a chocolate cake yesterday. This sentence is absolutely wrong. This sentence is grammatically incorrect. Okay, so it must be my mother baked a chocolate cake yesterday. So between past and present perfect tense, it's a bridge. It acts like a bridge that connects the past and the present. Okay, again, just a quick recap. You can say present perfect tense shows that an action took place at an unknown time in the past. First is that it shows some experience. Second is that change over time. Okay, like change over time means you can say we often use the present perfect tense to talk about change that has happened over a period of time. For example, you have grown since the last time I saw you. Means from the when I have seen him and now you can say he has grown a bit. Okay. Means there is some time gap and in between that over a time period a person the change something has happened. Change, positive change, negative change also it can be there. The government has become more interested in arts education. Earlier, maybe it was less, but now it is more. Japanese has become one of the most popular course at the university. Okay, since the Asian Studies program was established, so there is some change there. Okay, my English has really improved since I moved to Australia. So there is a comparison of the change time over a period of time. So my mother has baked a chocolate cake. It is an unknown time in the past, started in the past, but maybe it has some effect in the present and it's still continuing. Like they have lived in New York since childhood. Still, maybe 50-50% chances are there, maybe they are still continuing. Okay. Now, even it also tells about accomplishment. We often use present perfect tense to list the accomplishments. Okay, what your achievements. We list them. Why? Though it happened much earlier. Okay, though it happened much earlier, but you are showing the importance of those events in the present time. Okay, suppose if I'm saying that, I'm just giving you my example. Okay, suppose I'm saying that I have done my graduation from BHU. Now it's been you can say 15 years back, but still I'm using the I'm using this sentence in a present perfect tense. So why I'm using this? Because I just want to show the importance of that degree, that I have done graduation from BHU, I have done my MBA from Symbiosis. So I'm showing that importance. So these are the achievements I have done. Okay, I have won yellow belt in Taekwondo. So these are the things I achieved that telling you right now. Okay. Now, then you can say an uncompleted action. This also present perfect tense also tells about an uncompleted action you are expecting. Fine, fine. James has not finished his homework yet. Again, the word has come that is yet. Okay. Then you can say Bill has still not arrived. Pay attention to the words, okay, which were I just shared it, fine, which I have just shared it. Still, the rain hasn't stopped. It's still continuing. Okay. Now next, again, just see what are the different words by which we figure it out whether the sentence belongs to simple past or present perfect. Completed events at a definite time in the past. Present perfect events with the time period up to the present. yesterday, Saturday night, weekend, all these words. This weekend, this month, recently, lately, these are few adverbs. If all these words are there, it means that it's a present perfect. It's a game time now. So be ready with a glass of water. I have just kept this game to make you more aware about the difference between simple past and simple present. So now what you're supposed to do, never have I ever. Just, okay, you need to uh, tell this statement. Never, ever, never have I ever. Now, past actions, suppose. Past actions, suppose these are the three things, okay? And it belongs to you. Suppose, never have I ever slept in class. You can choose, either these three sentences. Never have I ever copied in an exam. Never have I ever lost my purse in a train. Well, just see what would be there now, how it's going to be effect in your you can say in your present time. You will get to know, dear. Okay, now suppose if you have done this ever, fine. See, now present actions. Now what you will have to do that. Be ready with a glass of water. Now, if your answer is I have ever, like suppose if you have ever slept in your class, just take a sip. Okay, like this, fine. And if your answer is I have never, don't take a sip, fine. Now, the past, I can suppose if I choose first one, never have I ever slept in class. Well, I have never slept in class. It means that it's a past action. Okay, just see, it's the past action, but right now it's a present. I'm telling it right now here, just to show the importance. Okay, this is a difference between past action and present action. I have never slept in class. And suppose if I'm saying yes, I have ever slept, I have slept, you can say ever slept in class. It's a sip. Okay. Never have I ever copied in an exam. If you have done, take a sip. If you have not done, don't take a sip. Okay. Now just see present perfect tense. You all know that we use have with the subject like I, you, they, and we, and has we use with she, he, and it. Main verb, you all know that we use past participle. I have decided, finished, lost, chosen, gone. Now, what are the uses of present perfect tense? Just a quick recap. To indicate an action that has been completed just now. They have bought a car. To express an action whose time is present. He has lived in Bangkok. To describe a past event which has its effect on the present. I have lost the keys to the house. Now, that particular person is not having keys. He could not open his house. To talk about a continuing state but not action, okay? Like, Girish has been ill since Monday. This is a state I'm telling, it's not an action. Minnie has broken her leg. We have known the Guptas for 20 years. Okay? Now, dear students, I hope that you all enjoyed. And still, if you have any confusion regarding this present perfect tense, its uses, you are most welcome. You can text and you can ask on my personal window. Okay? Whatever. And I would request you that I am going to share one presentation, okay, for your quick recap. Fine. There you can jot your points in your copy and you do, there are two exercises. You can do those exercises in your practice copy, not in your fair grammar copy. Okay. And in the next class, I would be dealing with the past perfect tense. I hope it's quite clear to you all the difference between simple past and the present perfect. Even I have given you a few adverbs through which you can identify that particular in which sentence I'm going to use simple past and I'm going to use present perfect tense. Okay. Even in the fill in the blanks, it will help you out to fill whether it is of simple past or whether it is present perfect. Till then, stay blessed, stay safe. Bye bye.